Yes, son. Where are you? Well, no, just come home. It's the weather is terrible outside. I'm sorry that you found out I'm not your real dad, but you're a cat, and that's how it works. I'm a human. You're looking for your dad. Well, I hate to tell you this, but he's probably dead in an alley somewhere. He's an alley cat, Oliver. Come home. I have to go. I'm doing the show. Just come home. I bought you some catnip. Will that make you Hello? He's probably on his way. What's up, deckheads? Happy Monday to you, man. I hope you guys survived the weekend. Thank you for being here. The weather outside is shitty, but we don't care. We're here, and we're doing it, and we're going to have a good time. Uh-oh, and I just messed up my timer. Happy Monday. It's crazy. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. I'd be lying if I told you I was ill-prepared for today's show. I took a weekend to decompress. Normally, I spend the weekend editing videos and show prepping for the week, and I did none of that. I owe you 2 recaps for Thursday and Friday. Haven't even made those yet. Listen, I got a little exhausted and said, fuck it, and just slept and played Call of Duty Warzone all weekend, which was a blast. I got to play with a bunch of the deckheads, so that was cool. But I'm going to get my shit together. Look, I need to shave. My hairline's a wreck, but I'm here. And joining me on the show today, super pumped about this. I didn't even do my show slide. This is how bad it got. I didn't even make the show slide I'm supposed to make to tell you guys who's on the show. But joining me in the 3 o'clock hour, none other than Jerry Rocha, show favorite, deckhead favorite. He's going to be here, but I got all kinds of shit for you anyways. Jerry's going to be here at 3, but we're going to talk some NASCAR because, God damn it, NASCAR. We're going to talk Dak. We're going to talk a little JoeRogan, Joey Diaz. Of course, I've got film sessions. I've even downloaded some new ones for you. I did get that done this morning. So excuse my lateness and my disheveledness. I'll do better going forward, I promise. Now, let's get to, you guys know I love doing the chat shout outs early on. Let's get to some of those. Virginia Buttonweed is the first one I see in the chat. I don't know if he was the first one to make it. Robert Likes Beer is here. Chris Householder, who, by the way, can we just be real for a second? Chris Householder is a fucking champ at Call of Duty Warzone. He's the man. He's a camping son of a bitch when you play against him. But when he's on your team, he's like Pat Beverly. When he's on your team, you love it. When he's not, fuck that guy. But Chris Householder's here. Sandoval at H-Town. Jesus Perez. Santos Martinez. What up, you dirty deckhead? Uriel is here. Cool Gaming is back. What? Cool Gaming, bro. I love that you're back, my dude. This is awesome. Who else we got? Fidel Limon, Keith Sager, 713 Hooligan. I know I saw there's Tyler McGee, Travis Lambert. Alan Denson is here. Josh Quartz is here. Walt and I played. At one point it was me, Chris Householder, Walt, and Chris D. And then we lost Chris Householder, but we added Francisco Abarca, who didn't have a headset. But it was just a big, fun Deckhead Warzone thing, so it all happened on the Discord. We'll get to that in a second. Crystal Collins is there. How you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Jen is here. Frank Ruiz is here. Donna, my love, how are you? Aaron Little. G-Man is in. G-Man, glad to have you back. Again, I apologize about the super chat last week. I promise you that's not on purpose. Sergio, Eric Resendez, John, Underrated Mess, Total Dallas. The list goes on and on. Clarence, Justin Kelm, Joe B, Johnny Johnson. What's up, everybody? Cowboy Trav. Thank you guys for coming back. This is show number 30. Somebody pointed out 6 weeks. Holy shit. I can't believe we've been doing this for 6 fucking weeks. This is crazy. It's going great. We got a new sponsor for the show today that I'll be introducing. Dan Seafood. Well, actually, it's David 2 owns 6 restaurants around the city and wanted to sponsor the show. So we're going to be talking about his different restaurants and where you guys can go and support them. Matt is back. I saw a welcome back Matt. Where did Matt go? Who is Matt? Is Matt new? Promings is in. Is there a new Matt? Do we have a new listener? Andy Huggins is here. God, I love Andy. I made an emo post on my Facebook wall about my friends that supported me during radio and then I never hear from anymore. And I got to say, Andy Huggins is not one of those friends. Andy Huggins has been one of the most supportive friends, personal friends of mine. He's here all the time, and he listens and he interacts. I love it. It's amazing. Yeah, Crystal, I'm really excited. We got 6 weeks, and now we have 6 sponsors for the show. It's pretty exciting, and I don't want to spoil it, but I'm bringing on a salesperson. They're going to get commissions to sell the show, but we're going to try to sales and marketing and take it to the next level. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Donna, thank you for Donna, you're too sweet. This is so nice of you. We're just done with the show. I'm done. I'm going to call it. No, thank you for the super chat, sweetie. I love you so much. She said, thank you for the reunion Friday. Damn, that was awesome. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. That was fun. I needed that. It really, sorry for crying, by the way. You guys know I get emotional. I'm like, what's the dude's name? He's a head coach that cried all the time for the Rams. We had him on the show on The Suspects one time. Not Dick Vermeil. I don't know. There's a coach that cries all the time. That's me. I'm a crier. I cry easily. But that was a lot of fun, man. And you guys said you needed it. Let me tell you what. Nick and I and Joel, we were texting before and after the show, and we all agreed we needed it too. Joel and Nick and I needed that show as much as you guys did, and god damn, that was fun. And some of you are like, you got to do that every week. Oh, trust me, or every month. I would love to do that on a monthly basis. We'll try to make that happen. I can't promise you that, but trust me when I tell you, Donna, first of all, it was awesome for me too. And again, thank you for the super chat. Gregory Vega Jr. is here. Clarence, yeah, I know. I do want to do it more, but I also don't want to, cause any friction with ESPN. I just don't want to do that. By the way, had a long talk with AJ this weekend, so things are still well. It's always possible that if Dick Vermeil, that is who it was, Rick C. Thank you. It was Dick Vermeil who cries all the time. It's very possible that if and when this economy rebounds, maybe I'll be on the show again. Maybe I'll be on ESPN again. Now, I want to be very clear about something. If I ever do go back to radio, I'm not stopping this show. I love doing this way too much. Will the hours change? Yeah. Will it be maybe a different setting? Sure. Maybe I do it before I go on the air or at night or whatever. But Barry on Deck's not going away. You know why? I'll tell you why. I'm glad you asked. Thanks for asking, camera. The reason is I can't count on anything else but this. I can control this and I can do this. Radio can come and go. You can be fired. The economy can tank. You can have a pandemic. But this I can control, and I never want to give this up. I never want to let it down. I never want to run around and desert it. You guys got rickrolled. Patrick Randall, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I needed that reunion more than I thought. I think a lot of us did, dude. We did have that last show, but we got closure there, and that felt pretty damn good. So that was cool. Let's see. Couple things on the show I wanted to get to, some show updates before we get going. I mentioned the new, we talked about Yard of the Month. I have some stuff to give away. For example, I now have gift cards to 6 restaurants, thanks to David too, and the fine folks at today's sponsor, Dan Seafood. So I'm gonna have these gift cards to give away, and I need to do some shit to give it away. I'm gonna have some Hemp Vita products to give away. I've got a lot of stuff to do, plus all the Barry on Deck swag like bags and koozies, and when I get the shot glasses in those. So I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to give away. I want to start giving you guys some of this stuff. So first things first, let's do a Yard of the Month. I told you I would do this every month. I need you to do 2 things if you want to be in the Yard of the Month contest. You have to send me a picture of you standing in your yard. It can't be just a picture of a yard. I need it to be of you standing in your yard. It can be a selfie if you want it to be, but the more I see of the yard, the better. I'm going to pick the top 3 of all the pictures I get, and then we will open it up for a vote. But you have to get your picture to me by the end of the month. So what is this? There's 30 days in June. So by the end of the month, by June 30th at midnight, I need a picture of you standing in your yard if you want to be part of the Yard of the Month and win a prize. It's going to be super easy. So no underrated mess. Your yard doesn't count. Your apartment, I'm sorry. That's, yeah. That sucks. That does suck for the apartment people. But don't worry, underrated mess. I'll have ways for you to win shit as well. I promise you that. And by the way, once you win Yard of the Month, you can't win it again for a while. Nope, it can be the front or the back, Demetrius. Doesn't have to be. It can be either one. And then same thing on the Discord server. Whoever has the most XP at the end of the month is going to win a prize. So get on the Discord server. If you don't know how to do that, just go to the Patreon link, sign up, and you get a bunch of cool shit. And you get to join the Discord server where we talk a lot of shit and people suggest videos, and we talk lawns, and we talk politics and food, and we create Warzone teams and play online video games. It's a hell of a lot of fun. So do that. Francisco said, you should do a Yard of Shame too. Oh, no, that Nick would win that. Nick would just win that every time. So, yeah, that wouldn't, no. But maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll do patio of the month along with Yard of the Month. If you live in an apartment and you decorated your patio nice, you're in. Send it to me. Okay? Then you're not excluded. You know, show me some plants or something. Be creative. But if you live in an apartment, you don't have a yard, send me a picture of your patio if it's decorated all pretty. And then that'll be in the running, and I'll make sure of it, okay? No, we're not doing plant of the month. My yard looks like a junkyard, Sergio says. Well, I'll tell you what, mine looks pretty shitty too. I'm not going to lie. All right, so that's Yard of the Month. Oh, speaking of the Discord and the Patreon, I did a vote. The results are in. It was overwhelming and unanimous pretty much. When we hit 200 patrons on Patreon, and again, go tell a friend and have them sign up because this is where they can do it. Patreon.com/BarryOnDeck. But when we do, I was thinking about doing an extra show on Saturdays. Nope, it's not going to happen. Now, what we'll do is if we hit 200 members on Patreon, I'm going to do a 3-hour show every Friday. And that's a start. So it'll be Monday through Thursday, 2 hours. Every Friday will be a 3-hour show. And we'll hit 200 eventually. So you guys don't have to sit there and, create a bunch of fake accounts and sign up. But when we do, we'll be doing 3 hours every Friday. So that's a cool thing. Last thing on the show. If you have any ideas for marketing, let me know. Because I'm really not good at marketing. I don't know how to get the word out to the people. So any advice that you have on how to get the word out to the people on this show, and besides creating Facebook ads, which is my plan, let's do it. Okay, we got to get to some sports shit. I know you guys heard about this. I know you did. Pretty fucking sad. Pretty sad news. But apparently, at some point at Talladega, somebody put a noose in the garage stall of Bubba Wallace's team, Team 43, the 43 team. NASCAR released a statement. They said, late Sunday afternoon, NASCAR was made aware that a noose was found in the garage stall of the 43 team. We are angry and outraged and cannot state strongly enough how seriously we take this heinous act. We have launched an immediate investigation and will do everything we can to identify the person or persons responsible and eliminate them from the sport. As we have stated unequivocally, there is no place for racism in NASCAR, and this act only strengthens our resolve to make this sport open and welcoming to all. And here's first thing, and we talked about this. Actually, I saw a video. I forget his name, but it was on ESPN because somebody said, Sergio said, I feel for Bubba. Here's the good thing. Apparently, he didn't see it. Somebody went into the garage and found it and removed it and then took it to the people at NASCAR and said, somebody put this in our garage. Thank God he didn't see it because that's pretty fucking traumatizing. Anytime stuff like this comes up and we talk about racism and we talk about the Confederate flag and we talk about what's going on in this country. And a lot of times, especially when it came to the Confederate flag, which is what Bubba Wallace stood up for and having removed from NASCAR, you hear about it's heritage, not hate. So what the fuck is this then? There goes that theory of heritage, not hate. You literally, you stupid fucks, if you were on the whole heritage, not hate, let me fly my Confederate flag side of the argument, whoever did this just fucking ruined your argument. That's it. It's over. And we all knew it. We all know that argument is bullshit. But the fact of the matter is, you've proven it's about hate and not heritage, or you wouldn't have put a noose in Bubba Wallace's garage. Period. End of story. You're fucking terrible. You're despicable. I don't understand. And here's the thing, man. When I bring this up, I'll get comments in the chat, or people will text me, or people will tweet at me and be like, bro, it seems like ever since you left, this is all you talk about. No, I didn't. This is what's going on in our country. And then everyone's like, well, you're so liberal. I'm sorry that you feel like that being not racist makes me a liberal, left-leaning, whatever the fuck you think that is. Actually, what it makes me is a decent human being. And if you don't understand that, go fuck yourself. But it's unbelievable that in 2020, we live in a country where this still happens. This isn't the 1960s. This isn't the 1860s. This isn't the 1760s. This is 2020. And this is still happening. It's unbelievable, man. I just don't understand it. I will say this. I was proud to see Richard Petty, who came out and made a statement as well, who, by the way, Bubba Wallace races for. But he said, I'm enraged by the act of someone placing a noose in the garage stall of my race team. There's no place in our sport or our society for racism. This filthy act serves as a reminder of how far we still have to go to eradicate racial prejudice, and it galvanizes my resolve to use the resources of Richard Petty Motorsports to create change. That's what it takes, though, is it's going to take the backing of people like Richard Petty and the rest of the drivers in NASCAR to help get rid of this shit from the sport. When I heard, I didn't realize this until late in the weekend when it happened. It's sickening. It really is. It's unbelievable that this could happen in our society and in sports. And there's no place for it. And they've got they brought in the FBI or some other federal resources to find out who did this. Oh, I hope they rot in jail. I really do. It's shitty. Francisco said, NASCAR should recruit some of us from Houston. If you can navigate 610, you can make it in NASCAR. No, that ain't no shit, man. That ain't no shit. Uh-oh. What happened? Eric, why am I checking Twitter? What am I? Eric sent me, thank you for the super chat. It says check Twitter. What did I miss on Twitter? What's going down on my Twitters? What happened? What did I miss? What is it? Is it a video? What is this? Oh, they're all walking with his car. Oh, fuck. Okay, look. I normally am prepared. I got to get this. Trey Campbell tweeted this out. And he just said, this is an iconic moment in NASCAR history. I'm going to get the video for you guys because some of y'all don't have Twitter. This is all on the fly. This is why I need a producer. But you know what? This is what you get when you tune into a one-man show. So I'm going to go download this. And while I do that, let me just say that again, I tell you, I am so thankful to see people doing the right thing. To see drivers doing the right thing. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Let this video download. Here we go. Check this out. This is unbelievable. Look at that. This is exactly the response you needed. This is exactly what this sport and this country needed. Like, we have got to, this is what it's about. Literally, this is what it's about. It's about unity. It's not about the elevation of one race over the other. It's not about the elevation of one NASCAR driver over the other. This is about fucking humanity. And this is about loving each other. And that is fucking amazing. And I tell you what, you can ask, and no, this isn't a film session. I promise this doesn't count. But you can ask anybody. I bet you if you took a poll of all of the sports that you would see out front making statements and showing unity, let's all be real. You wouldn't think NASCAR would be leading the fucking way. But guys, I think it's safe to say, and I know that the NFL is going to try to do better, and I know that the NBA and the NBA players, and I know baseball and this and that, but let's be honest. Let's keep it 100 for just a second. NASCAR needed to be cleaned up, but they recognize that. But by doing what they're doing, they are literally out front of this. And they are literally leading the charge from a sports perspective. And my hat's off to them. And it's so fucking badass. And I love seeing it. I love it, love it, love it. What is this? Joe B. Thank you, bro. What does it say? It says, not on no mushy shit, B, but I love you, bro. I told you this once before, man. I love the way you use your platform. You're not a coward like some who are scared to speak up. Much love, man. I appreciate that, Joe. You know, for me, it's not about, it's just about what I think is right. I mean, that's all. It's just, I do understand that I have a platform and people listen, and but I think we got to do the right thing. And I think we have to, if we all have an opportunity to make changes, let's use it and let's do it. And that's what I'm doing. But I do appreciate the kind words, Joe. Thank you very much. Yep, I agree. Santos NASCAR is great. Dr. J 290, you're kind of a dick. They all thought it was Richard Petty. They're like, 43, we're with him. Wait a minute, what? Oh, shit. No, give him credit, Dr. Dre on 290. That was some badass stuff, man. By the way, I hope that went better than I thought getting the video. It's just the looking around part is what bothers me. I want to look straight in the camera and look you guys in the eyes. But, you know, got shit going on. But that was amazing, man. Look at that. Let's just look at, not only do you have all the drivers, you've got the pit crews, all the cars have pulled over. Wow. That's so badass, man. I'm sorry. That's just badass. That's amazing, man. That's unbelievable. That's so great. Okay. That was some of the sports. Real quick, I got to do this. I got to keep on. I'm trying to keep on a better clock. Okay. That's part of being a responsible showrunner. So, with that being said, I do want to take a second to tell you about some of our sponsors. NFL Draft Lounge. I love you, Brian Lamb. You are the best, dude. Brian Lamb stepped up early, you guys. You know him as Stalker Brian. He's a deckhead. He's a suspect. But he also is a really good writer, and he knows his shit when it comes to the NFL. He's got NFLDraftLounge.com. Go check it out. Anything and everything NFL draft related, it is the place to be online. NFLDraftLounge.com features scouting reports, mock drafts, news analysis, so much more. It's all, you'll notice the ISN on the screen there. NFL Draft Lounge is part of the Infinity Sports Network, so they provide all the draft coverage for their sports blogs and the Sports Blog Network. They've got a podcast that you should check out that I think Brian does a really good job on. Get over there. Get over there right now. Check them out. They've got mock drafts for next year. They've got draft coverage from this past draft. Get your NFL fix now. Go log on NFLDraftLounge.com. And hey, do me a favor. Go give them a follow on Twitter at NFL Draft Lounge. It's so easy and free. All you got to do, just click the follow button. It don't cost you a dime. That's one way you can support the show and support our sponsors. Go follow them on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter as well. And speaking of sponsors, shout out to the newest sponsor, David Too, and the group of restaurants that he owns. First one being Dan's Seafood and Wings. A lot of you probably have heard of these restaurants because David's got some really killer restaurants around town. But if you're looking for some of the best Asian, Latin, and Cajun-inspired seafood and wing recipes in H-Town, look no further than Dan's Seafood and Wings. They've got, I put some of the more popular items on the screen. They've got boiled spicy shrimp, New Orleans barbecue shrimp, a grilled platter, and some lo mein. All of it and more. Go check out their pictures on their Instagram, Eat at Dan's, or on Facebook, Eat at Dan's 1. All the food fresh and delicious. Now, look, they've got 2 locations for you. So no matter where you're at, you can get there. Their first one opened in 2015. They've been doing this 5 years now over in the Channelview, Cloverleaf, Sheldon, and 5th Ward area. Right there off South Gessner, 3991 South Gessner. And then they were like, well, hell, this is going so good. Let's do it again. They opened the second location in Northeast Houston off of Uvalde. So 18 Uvalde, right there. Call them, 832-834-6788. 832-834-6788. Follow them on Facebook. But most importantly, order some food. I have not eaten at Dan's Seafood and Wings yet. But I have eaten at another sponsor that they have, Crab Kings. But Dan's Seafood and Wings is on my list. In fact, I texted the wife and said, hey, We got to do this. Let's try. I'm intrigued by the New Orleans barbecue shrimp. Let's try it. Let's do this. Go support them. Dan's Seafood and Wings. They're family owned and operated. It's where family and friends get together and spend quality time with great food. Call some loved ones. Go eat at Dan's Seafood and Wings, because that's what I'm gonna do. I love the fact that Dave is like, let's do this, man. Let's step up. He's got crab King. I asked my wife, I was like, hey, I have this guy that has these restaurants. Have you heard of, she was like, oh, Crab Kings? All the time. And then I was like, she goes, remember we had that? I was like, oh, shit. I love that. That's so great. You eat there, you don't even know you're eating there. Yeah, it's really cool. Now, let's get to some more sports, because we need to talk about Dak for a second. Crystal Collins, Total Dallas. Yeah, we need to talk about it. And by the way, Underrated Mess, thank you. Yeah, go check it out. I'm in those areas a bit for work. I'll check it out. Please do. Absolutely, please do. That's how we keep the show rolling. Let's talk Dak. Crystal Collins, are you happy, sweetie? Huh? Dak's supposedly going to sign his franchise tag. It'll be worth $31.4 million, making him the 7th highest paid quarterback in the NFL. My question is it the right thing to do? Cowboys need a quarterback. Got to have one. You got one. But yeah, like TJ McLaughlin is saying, here's the problem. You're overpaying. You're overpaying. It's too much money. Dak Prescott isn't the 7th best quarterback in the NFL. And a lot of you guys in the chat are bringing up Kirk Cousins. Chris Davis said, play the Kirk Cousins game. Yeah. Chris Householder, same thing. Kirk Cousins, right? It's what it reminds me of. But it does give you the opportunity to one more year. I don't think that they're going to do this twice, but the problem is you're either going to pay him this or you're going to pay him what he wants, which is over $40 million. And then if you choose not to, you're going to lose him. So you're getting him at a decent deal versus what he wants. But the difference is, you're not going to be able to lock him up long term. And I've been reading that the negotiations aren't going well. They're not really sitting down and having meaningful dialogue, at least not in the last couple months. This was what Sportsnot put out on their website. It said the two sides have not really gotten together in a serious way to negotiate a contract. Per recent reports, if no long-term contract is signed, then Prescott would be the 7th highest paid quarterback in the NFL for the 2020 season. I think they have until July 15th to make that happen. So what that means is they could still get a long-term deal done before July 15, and then the franchise tag thing doesn't happen. He'll operate under the deal. If they don't do that, then he'll be the Dallas quarterback for 1 year, and then they'll have to start all over again with the negotiations. Adam Schefter pointed out, he said, once he officially signs the tender, Prescott will be contractually obligated to report to training camp on time, which is a big deal. That's good. Whether or not he and the Cowboys can figure out a long-term deal. So he'll be there no matter what. He's contractually obligated. If they didn't have that in place, if he didn't, then he could hold out. He could go the Jadeveon Clowney route or anybody else and force their hand to either sign him or get something done or move him, if that's a possibility. So he's locked in for 2020 as soon as he signs it. And that's the big win for the Cowboys short term. And I mean, look, if you're Dak Prescott and you're the 7th highest paid quarterback in the NFL, at least for a year, that's good, because I put some numbers on the screen for you. He hasn't really played like the 7th best quarterback in the NFL. He's put up decent numbers, but really last year was the year. If you look at his passer rating, touchdowns, interceptions, and pass attempts, he's not even in the top 10 in any of these except 1 year for passer rating, his rookie year. And then he did it again in 2019. He was 10th. But yeah, 2019, 10th in passer rating, 4th in touchdowns, 14th in interceptions, which you want to be, you want that number to be higher. So you want to be above 16, which means you're above average. Or excuse me, you want that number low. So 11, you don't want to be 14th. You want to be 32nd in interceptions. So, and then in pass attempts, I put that on there just to show, because here's the thing. When we talk about Dak and the money and everything, it's like, it was a run-oriented offense. And that is true in a way. And it is true. But his pass attempts have gone up every year. It's just that he hasn't really played up to a top 10 quarterback, in my opinion. When you look at it, pass attempts somewhere between 459 and 590, almost 600, which, okay. Yeah, last year, take that out and look at the 3-year average. Actually, you know what? I think it's more fair to say take out his rookie year, because that's a rookie quarterback. Take out his last year where he exceeded expectations and just look at 2017 and 2018. That's probably what Dak Prescott really is. He's about a 93 passer rating, 22 touchdowns, maybe 10 interceptions, a 22-10 guy with about 500 attempts. Okay, that's great. That's not 40 million great. That's decent numbers. That's a probably not going to hurt you, probably not going to win a Super Bowl, might get you a couple playoff wins kind of quarterback. And I think that's exactly what Dak is. I think Dak can win a playoff game. I think as a quarterback, sure. I think he can get the Cowboys to the playoffs. Sure. Is Dak Prescott a Super Bowl winning quarterback? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's worth the $40 million. I'll tell you that much. It just seems like an awful lot of money for those numbers. I mean, when you even though they went more pass oriented and his numbers were better, that's to be expected. When you jump by 100 more pass attempts, you're going to throw more touchdowns and more interceptions. Now, the passer rating is good. That's good that he got it up there based on how many pass attempts he had. End of the day, though, I'm sorry. I just can't sit here and tell you that Dak Prescott is worth being one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. It just doesn't work for me. I don't know. What are you guys saying over here in the chat? Chat's really busy. Dak set off a nerve. I want to see what Crystal Collins is saying. How upset is Crystal with me? With the tools we have, ooh-wee. Okay. All right, where's Total Dallas in on this? Wrong. Okay, I don't know. What are we fighting about? All QBs are overpaid. Some more than others, Total Dallas. Some more than others. Here's the thing. You don't want to be in the camp that overpays for a marginally good quarterback. You want to be in the camp that's overpaying for a great quarterback. Like, I don't mind overpaying for Patrick Mahomes or a Russell Westbrook or Tom Brady in his heyday, which the Patriots never had to do. I really don't even mind overpaying for like an Aaron Rodgers necessarily. But, and this is going to piss off some Houston Texans fans, but I don't even think the Texans need to overpay for Deshaun Watson yet. He's not there yet. He's still unproven. And I'm sure if I pulled up his numbers, they're probably in the neighborhood of what Dak has done, maybe a little better, maybe, just because he had a better receiver until this year. But I don't think you overpay for potential because it's the NFL. And that might work out for you 1 year, but you got to see long term. I mean, I've always said this, and I think that you have to be real with yourself, Crystal and Total Dallas and Cowboys fans, and even Texans fans. You got to be real with yourself and ask yourself, can this quarterback win a Super Bowl? That's what it comes down to. Can this quarterback win you a Super Bowl? And so the question becomes, do you think Dak can win you a Super Bowl? Do you think Deshaun can win you a Super Bowl? And I'm not being a homer here because you guys know, but I would feel much better giving my money to Deshaun Watson to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback than Dak Prescott. I just based off of play, based off of results, based off of potential, I would love to see Deshaun Watson behind the Dallas offensive line. With that running game and that offensive line, could you imagine what Deshaun Watson's numbers would look like? You'd love to see it. Of course, I'd love to see Dak Prescott throwing to DeAndre Hopkins for over the last 4 years. You'd love to see that. Not that it's been desolate. He's had, him and Amari Cooper they became a dynamic duo. So I'm not sleeping on the weapons that Dallas has given him, but DeAndre Hopkins is one of the best receivers in the game. So it's nice to have that luxury. I think the thing for me with Dak is you've got to use him properly. You got to set him up to succeed. Just like Deshaun. Some of these guys like Aaron Rodgers, they're going to go out and they're going to try to win no matter what. But guys, I feel like, and I'm not comparing Dak to Alex Smith, but I'm saying guys like those kinds of quarterbacks, you have to give them the right situations to excel. Look at Ryan Tannehill. You put him in the right situation, he's playing a lot better. I feel like that's what Dak is, and to a certain degree, I feel like that's what Deshaun is. And so until they prove that, look, it doesn't matter who's here, what's here. Look at Russell Wilson. No matter what, that dude seems to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL year in and year out, numbers-wise. Does he always get the results? No, but when you look at what he does, what he's capable of, It's hard to argue that it doesn't matter who's around him. Russell Wilson makes his team better. I don't know if I could say the same for Dak. And it's almost not fair because he's had Ezekiel Elliott there. And he's had that offensive line. So it's almost not fair because who's to say that they still wouldn't be having the success that they've had even without that O-line or without the running game and Ezekiel Elliott. So, hey, Gregory Vega Jr., thank you for the super chat, my friend. He said, thanks for the show Friday. I got pretty twisted as did my pops. LOL, Cowboys Nation, baby. Oh, we got another Cowboy fan. I'll remember that, Gregory Vega Jr. And tell Pops I said hello. Thank you guys for tuning in. Much appreciated. Josh Court says, Cowboys got a new 88, going to be a great wide receiver for us. I tell you what, that is one thing to look out for. Dak's got some weapons. Let's see what he does with it. Got a running game, got some people to throw to, got an O-line. O-line's taking a slight step back. Not a tremendous step back. It's still good. But at one point, it was the best O-line in football, hands down. I don't think you can say that anymore. Oh, look, Justin, hey, Cowboys fan here. I'll take Deshaun Watson over Prescott any day. I think that's the thing. And you have to, if you look objectively, I agree. But then the question becomes, boy, if Dak does get 40, Texans are fucked. They're going to be paying an absolute mint if Dak gets 40. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Let's get to some entertainment news because this I wanted to talk about. It kind of goes hand in hand with everything that's going on in this country right now. And, you know, cancel culture is a thing. And we, as a country, have decided to stop putting up with people's shit. Oh, hold on. Somebody called me out here. TJ, Dak is like Barry in his warfare game. Loaded full of weapons, yet can't make a kill to save his life. You kiss my ass, TJ. You ask Chris Davis. You ask Walt. You ask Chris Householder. Ask Francisco. I'm not great, but I'm not bad. I'm not bad. I'm not awful. Like the first day, that first game that you all watched on Twitch, I was awful. Okay? Kiss my ass. I'm not that bad. Rachel, don't come in here and start giving him some run and laughing at him. Rachel, we don't need that from you. Okay? I don't need that. I don't need this war zone slander from none of y'all. I'm building myself up as a soldier. Slowly but surely. Oh, look. Yeah. Get this shit. I died in Warzone. I got three folks that I know. I got Chris Householder, Chris Davis, Walt. We're all talking. I'm dead. And Chris is like, yeah, I got the money to buy him back, but I don't know if we should. Maybe we should save it. Selfish sons of bitches. That's who I'm playing with. That's who I'm going to battle with. Bunch of selfish, camping. Man. I'm not great, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm not that great at it. Okay. Let's get to the... By building Barry means buying game packs. No, I haven't spent a single... Let me tell you something, underrated mess. You don't know me well enough. There's no way that I would spend any money on that video game other than to buy it. Like, if it wasn't free, I could see paying for it. But kiss my ass. I have not bought a single game pack. I'm literally out there with those raggedy-ass weapons they give you. Slowly. One game at a time. Building up my XP. You can go to hell, sir. Somebody block him in the chat for that slander. I won't stand for this slander. You hear me? I should Twitch it though. I should when we play, I should just put the Twitch stream up and let y'all watch it. Just so you can kiss my ass and stop talking that shit. All right. Let's talk a little bit about Joey Coco Diaz and what happened. Yeah, my Gulag game does suck, Promix. It's really bad. Joey Coco Diaz, really, it's not him that's under fire. It's JoeRogan. And somebody dug up an old video or an old podcast. And it's got Joey. Well, look, I'm going to play the video. Okay, let's just do that first. And then we'll get to this. But I do want to warn you. Yes, I curse. Yes, I say fuck on occasion. This is next level. Now, this is what, if you've ever seen JoeRogan and Joey Coco Diaz, you'll know. But this is next level. So I'm going to warn you, if you're at work, if you are offended easily, ladies, if you're here, you're probably not offended. But just in case, I just want to warn everybody, this might be somewhat offensive, but I want to play this so that we can talk about what's going on with Joey Diaz and JoeRogan and everything else. So you've been warned, a little bit sensitive here, but this is an old one from a JoeRogan podcast. Check it out.
Of money.
She's lucky she paid $100. I had girls sucking my dick and giving me coke from Chewy. You think I'm fucking kidding you? Fuck yeah, you gotta suck my dick to get up in the belly room. I'll make a call for you. That's the fucking gateway into coming to Hollywood. Everybody knows that.
How many girls did you have do that?
Oh, 20 of them. I had this little blonde open mic chick dog that used to come up to the Comedy Store with a 20 and just take me up to the belly room and suck my dick, then go do her set. She was tremendous.
Wow.
She finally freaked out. When she got to Hollywood, bro, she was beautiful. And when she left, she had dirty fucking, her nails were dirty. And then a year later, she wrote me a letter to the Comedy Store. You cocksucker, you broke me. I kept shooting sperm balls in her fucking ear ball. Every time she went down, vaya pa la pinga. It ain't broken until somebody fixes it. You know
What is that picture?
So, I just want to point out, Rachel Ramirez was like, ladies, ha ha ha, what? Are we sensitive? And then she responds, all right, you're right. I'm offended. It's not about, when I brought that up, it's not about, ladies can't handle stuff like that. But when you talk in that way about females, you can be a little insensitive. So this was, that's the video. That's what surfaced. The crazy thing to me was, a lot of people didn't go after Joey Diaz right away. A lot of people went after JoeRogan for laughing. And I don't know if that was even...
She's lucky she paid $100.
Watch his reaction to this.
Coke from Chewy. You think I'm fucking
So at first he's like, what?
Yeah, you gotta suck my dick to get up in the belly room. I'll make a call for you. That's the fucking gateway into coming to Hollywood. Everybody knows that.
How many girls did you have do that?
Oh, 20 of them. I had this little blonde open mic chick dog.
That's the part that upset people. When JoeRogan reacted like that, people are trying to get his Spotify deal canceled. I don't. Yeah, I laugh a lot. All right, let me just say this: there are times when people laugh out of courtesy, or they laugh because it's funny, or they laugh because they're uncomfortable. And I pretty much do all three. I do. But they went after JoeRogan based on that clip. And I thought that seems strange because really, I think I would be more focusing my energy on what Joey Diaz said. And for those of you that don't know, the Belly Room is at the Comedy Store. And the Comedy Store is like right now the mecca for comedy. Everybody that's a comedian that wants to be a comedian. Oh, hey, Pink Valkyrie, you came in at a really awkward time. Sorry. But I had warned everybody that there was some sensitive stuff going on. But the Belly Room is like the Belly Room is a room at the Comedy Store, and the Comedy Store is the mecca for comedy. So if you're a young, impressionable comedian and you want to get stage time, and you can get stage time at the Comedy Store, it's amazing. And so what's happening in this video is Joey is saying that he used to offer these women stage time in exchange for blowjobs and cocaine. And this isn't something new in comedy. There's been discussions of that taking place in this city and cities across the country. And comedy has always been a male-dominated industry, right or wrong. I'm not suggesting that it's a good thing. I'm just stating a fact. It's a male-dominated industry. And too often men take advantage of the opportunities that they have and that they hold when it comes to female comics and giving them equal opportunity. So what you saw takes place all over this country on a regular basis. And that's the part that's so disheartening to me. That's the part that's so troubling to me, is that it was a thing that was said but it's a reality that a lot of female comics have to deal with. And I don't understand why we do this in our industry, but too often we don't take female comics serious. Too often, ladies aren't funny, women aren't funny, and it's bullshit, and it's just not true. The difference is, though, there's just not as... If you looked at percentages, male comics, by percentage, way less funny than female comics. But the problem is if you said there's, let's say 80% of comedy is men, and 70% of that, 70% of those 80% aren't funny. But then if you take that other 20% and say, now, this other 20% is females and 70% of them aren't funny, the numbers look different. It's like, wow. It does, because you don't see them as often. And when you do, you might see one that's not funny. Well, yeah, see, ladies aren't funny. And it's bullshit. And it sucks. And I hate that female comics have to go through this. And I think when you add this layer of sexism to it, it only makes it worse. And that's why people are so pissed off about it. And that's why I think if you're Joe Rogan, in hindsight, you regret the reaction. But he should not be the target of the cancel culture. Nobody really should. I think you just have to be better and do better. But Joey Diaz response, he put out a tweet this morning at 11 o'clock, which is about 1 o'clock here. But it said, it's Monday. That story is 23 years old. The video is 10 years old. And at the end of the day, you've all sucked a cock for a dinner. Stop the hypocrisy. And I think what you're seeing here, with no opinions on my part, but I think what you're seeing here is Joey Diaz is fighting back. Rather than come out and apologize, Joey is saying, look, you're not going to cancel me. I'm not apologizing. As a comic, I try to say things to be funny. I thought that was funny. It didn't work. Does it matter if it's 23 years old and the video is 10 years old? I don't know. That's a personal preference. But I do know, if we're going to start going back in time and holding people accountable for stuff that they said 10 years ago, a lot of us in this business, a lot of us in life would have some regretful shit on that resume. It's a slippery slope. It's a weird thing to deal with. And yeah, Underrated Mess, Spotify's like, bro, what are you doing? Mike said Chappelle's special was about this. It's comedy. I don't know. It's also humanity, bro. It's a slippery slope. There was an incident here in town that a comedian, and I won't name names, but a comedian came out and said something distasteful on a show on Juneteenth that he thought was a joke, and it upset a bunch of people, and it's been an ugly mess in the comedy scene and sparked a lot of debate. And I think comics sometimes we hide behind jokes and we say, well, it was just a joke. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to, there's timing and what is it? Tragedy plus timing equals comedy. I just think you gotta remember, Andy Huggins always said this, but it's who the joke lands on. And in that instance, with Joey Diaz saying what he was saying and telling that story, the joke squarely 100% landed on the female. Am I buying Bolton's book tomorrow? I don't know. What's Bolton's book? I don't know what that is, Demetrius. Somebody said, Houston said, Rogan's kept his mouth shut on Diaz and D'Elia, but goes after other people. That's another one. Yeah. With Chris D'Elia and everything that's happening there, it is one of those things where if you're going to speak up, you got to be prepared to keep speaking up. Rachel said, only a man with a small dick complex would have to brag about getting blowjobs by taking advantage of women. It makes you wonder, what do you have to gain by telling a story like that? I don't know. All right, before we get to the film session, though, and it is almost film session time, it is time for me to tell you guys about Beer Chronicle, beerchronicle.com. So pumped to have Chris and the gang on board. It's so funny because I'm not a beer nerd, but I'm becoming one, and I'm learning. And when they provide me with beers and allow me to drink them and try them like I did on Friday, Got a little drunk, but that was cool. But beerchronicle.com, they're so well known across this city. When you talk to anyone that has any knowledge of the beer scene and you mention beerchronicle.com, they're like, oh, I love those guys. That's a great website. And if you want to get more into it, if you want to learn more about the Houston beer culture, go check them out. They are the authority on Houston beer. They have the largest online collection of original content dedicated to covering Houston and the Houston beer culture. If you're into it at all, you need to check it out. They've done photography work and graphics work for some of the biggest breweries in town, including Eighth Wonder. They've got articles, comprehensive brewery maps, lists. I saw one with a spreadsheet on how to like track your beer list. And they've got, like I said, maps, which is really cool. They're a diverse Houston natives, mostly, team. But they're paving the way to enabling category growth in the Houston beer community, and that's so important for our scene. Check them out, Houston Beer Chronicle. It's beerchronicle.com, the biggest, loudest, okayest, most Houstonest beer site on the interwebs. I love those guys. And speaking of love, I love Hemp Vita, and I love my CBD. My gummies make me sleep so well. I go night-night, and I have trouble sleeping, but man, my CBD gummies from Hemp Vita work like a champ. Ask Chris Householder in the chat. He'll tell you. He uses them. He said, boy, he overslept. They work so well. So make sure, take them early. But everybody's jumped on board this Hemp Vita bandwagon, and they're getting their stuff, and it's working, and I love it. And they're great people. Harold and Steve do a great job. If you've never tried CBD, but you've got things like inflammation, pain relief needed, insomnia, anxiety, you have seizures, maybe you just need to relax more, maybe try CBD. This has been some of the things that it's been known to help with. And Hemp Vita wants to make sure that you're taken care of. So they only use cannabinoids organically grown in the U.S. None of their products, or all of their products, are free of THC. So they make sure that it's only the CBD that you're getting. They're dedicated to providing all natural wellness products. And the fact of the matter is, when you order, you're going to get your order quickly, and they're going to take care of you, and they're going to save you money. So if you're ordering CBD already, give them a shot. Switch over, just try it once. Go to hempvitacbd.com, put in promo code DECKHEAD15. You're going to save 15%, and at the same time, you're supporting Barry on Deck. So thank you for that. All right, you guys know what time it is, don't you? I know you do. Oh, wait, real quick. I wanted to read this because I value this man's opinions on everything comedy related for sure, and life. But Andy Huggins had a comment in the chat that I wanted to put up. He said, Diaz wasn't trying to be funny. He was boasting. Rogan wasn't laughing at the humor. He was laughing in approval of Diaz's acts. I agree with the first part, Andy. I don't know if I agree with the second part. I think sometimes when you have that locker room mentality, you go along with it. Do I think that Rogan is 100% on board with it? I don't know. I don't think so. I think, like, I've had people on radio shows and on this show say shit that I maybe didn't agree with, but I laughed out of an uncomfortable feeling. Just kind of, I don't know. It's weird. I need to stop doing that because obviously I'm going to get canceled if I don't get my shit together and stop doing that. But it's point taken, Andy. I think it's going to be interesting to see though, because when something similar happened with the guys that run Skankfest, and they didn't cower to the backlash. They just simply said fuck it, and they fought back. And so we'll see if Joey and Rogan and these guys do the same thing. Chris also said, I listened to one the other day where Rogan joked about that happening. I'm going to try and find it. Ooh. Yeah, that's interesting. Shit, I thought we were going to have time for film study, but you know what? It's not. Yeah, it's called Skankfest. Look it up, underrated mess. It's called Skankfest. Let's do a quick one. We'll do a quick film session, okay? Just a quick one though. Jerry knows. I got Jerry Rocha coming up at 3 o'clock.
And now it's time for a film session.
Yo, all right, here it is. It's going to be a quick one, but it's pretty damn good. This one's just called The Greatest of All Time. This is the GOAT. You ready? No sound. Now, you'll notice that this little kid, there's 3 things in this video. There's a kid, there's a stick, and there's a goat. That's all you need. This kid is whooping this goat. Now, I don't know why anyone is filming this and not stopping this kid. But this goat said, fuck this kid. This goat, you can only push a goat so far, but the goat of goats decided to get whooped with this stick was enough. I don't understand why the parent is letting this kid act like an asshole and whoop this goat with this stick. I wish there was, I should have put a soundtrack to it, but I told y'all. Wow, Charles said he's tenderizing him. Well, guess what? Right there. What I love, listen, this is why there's justice in this world. And this is goat justice, okay? Yeah. Total Dallas said, don't turn your back in a fight. Haven't I told you that's rule number 1 of fighting? Face your opponent. Not this kid. The old switch kid turns his back on the goat. And the goat's like, I'm about to fuck this kid up now. Right there, you can see him raise it up. Look, boy, this goat is ready. See, what the goat knows how to fight. 1, he lets his opponent turn his back. 2, he gets his feet up, gets his hands up, ready to go. Protect yourself at all times. That's right, Luis. And bam! Here's the best part. Teach me how to Dougie. What? Teach me how to Dougie. Look, watch the kid's head. That's whiplash, bro. That kid got whiplash. That kid got goat lash. Yo, that's... I don't feel sorry for that kid. Am I supposed to feel sorry for a fucking kid that's whooping a goat with a stick and then gets his ass whooped by the goat? I don't think I'm supposed to feel sorry for the goat. But yeah, that's right. That's right, Jaime. That's the goat. Greatest of all time goats. Goat. Goats are assholes. You know who else are assholes? Chickens. Chickens and roosters are fucking assholes. They are. Okay. We got Chris Householder, narrator. At this time, the parents knew they fucked up. Yeah! But the kid got what he deserved. All right. Let's get to a break. We got to go. I'm 3 minutes over. We got a 5-minute break. I'm going to get Jerry Rocha on the phone. We're going to talk a lot of shit and have a good time. It's going to be fun. So stick around. Yeah, I'm with you, Lisa. I'm Team GOAT as well. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. We're back in 5 minutes. By the way, for this break, I didn't get to watch the ESPYs, but I understood Snoop Dogg did an amazing tribute to Kobe Bryant. So pay attention because I downloaded that for you guys to watch if you missed it. We'll be back in 5 minutes. This is Barry on Deck. Joining me next, Jerry Rocha.
The stage is set, it's go time. Peep the scene, we in the mix. It's 96 and rising from the Philly streets, a teen trying to find his direction and make that connection. Not knowing what to expect, then taking it step by step. Then you weather through the rain, in your heart, in your brain, trying to learn the terrain. Ice water in your veins, your aim, carve a new lane, covering the canvas with your paint. In a picture to end up a fixture, too large for any frame. You beat the odds by a mile, all grit, no smile. A new golden child.
Are you absolutely kidding me?
Yeah, let's do it, mama style. And then you added your chapters, all in our rafters. Rookie year, you won a dunk show. All-star in the next year. Then you shifted to your next gear. Gold medal as your neck wear. Back-to-back-to-back champion. Gunning for the Pantheon. The LA X Factor. Dropped 81 on the Raptors. From Compton to Long Beach to watch, we all peeped and watched you. In your moment, showboating and rolling and bolded and golden and purple you shine. What turn up with zero results if we search the whole world for your kind? Then you prove most valuable. Man, from Crenshaw to Malibu. We was all proud of you. And for anybody doubting you, your face became the new mantelpiece. Man, it was Mamba insanity. You're growing your family, a friend and leader, understandably. And you did it candidly. A light for humanity. From the Pox and the Nipseys, to the Snoops and the Dre's, your reign in the city remains. From Ocean to San Vicente. You the truth, boy. Greatness in your name. Enshrine your shine, critically acclaimed. So let it ring out. East side to the west side. This is your city. Much love for the ride.
number 2 is upon us. Barry on deck. You know how we do. Thank you for sticking around through the break. Joining me now on the show, I always have a guest, and boy, I've got a deckhead favorite, a usual suspects alum favorite. Jerry Rocha is in the building.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
What's up, dude?
Good
How
to
are
see
you?
you, man.
Long time no talk, man. How's life treating you?
It's, knock on wood, not bad, right? Like, I sneeze and I'm like, oh shit, I got it. But that's it. Past that, I'm okay.
Are you still staying in, or are you going out at all?
Fuck, I ain't doing anything. Fuck this. I'm not gonna get it. Did you see DL Hughley? You out of your fucking mind? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere, that poor guy. I'm not going anywhere.
My first thought was, oh shit, all the people in the crowd. I wonder if that was a Friday or Saturday and how many people he had met before that.
Those dudes who carried him into the green room all got it. I mean, right?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's scary, man. I'm not going fucking anywhere. Like, okay, look, I lied a little bit. There's a place I go. There's a place.
I'll go to a whorehouse, but that's it.
That's that. Oh, because I've been going raw for years and nothing's ever happened. I know they get tested; they're fine. No, it's like my whorehouse. It's my girlfriend gets annoyed when I go. It's like my version of a strip club. Yeah, it's this place in Industry, California called Frank and Son, and what it is it's an old Sam's Club, and they gutted it, and it's just a flea market every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday of nothing but old toys and video games from the 80s and 70s. It's my dream. And they have modern stuff too, but they also have you would dig it because they have a sports wing. They have they have all the autographed jerseys and helmets and rookie cards and all that shit. They have a sport, and my buddy Eddie and I, we went first thing in the morning. We know the owner, so he let us in. You know what I mean? It was like we got that when Michael Jackson went to a mall treatment. They would close it down. He would be the only customer. Like that.
God, that's nice.
We felt like the Queen of England shopping for underwear. You know what I mean? Just nobody in the way. So he let us in early. So we avoided all the bullshit, right? And then we got the fuck out of there. So that was our only.
That's dope.
But I had to get some video games.
So do you load up and then you're like, all right, now, because you have been so active on Twitch every night, and do you play different games every night?
I try to get past the game. If a game is too hard, I'm like, man, fuck it. And then after a week and a half, I'll move on. But I try to, and right now I'm playing a game called Zombie Nation for the Nintendo that came out. It's bonkers. It's worth $500. I got it on a trade-in. Yeah, I traded in an old system I wasn't using, and I was able to get it. Here's the premise of the game. This alien thing has turned everyone into zombies, and the only hope for salvation is the severed head of an ancient samurai. So you're just this floating head of a samurai, and you spit snot and vomit at all the bad guys. It's the weirdest fucking game ever.
Who thinks of this and goes, green light it?
What I want to know is, who did they say no to? Somebody pitched them a game, and they're like, well, wait, what? They said no, might fit, but they said yes to this? What the fuck?
Right, somebody was like, so look, there's this plumber, right? And and a big ape. And this ape has an unlimited supply of barrels. And all this plumber can really do is jump. But this ape happens to live at the top of a ramp. It's a lot of ramps.
Right.
And then the game guys are like, this is fucking stupid. Next. So there's this severed samurai head with snot. Done.
We're doing this.
If you think of the premise of most early video games, they're fucking stupid. There's a whole franchise around a frog crossing the street.
Crossing a street. That's it. And then after you cross the street, there's a magic bayou right next to the street. He's got to fucking cross. It's the things the things they made us fucking do to be entertained.
Bro, brutal. I get asteroids. Pong was kind of lame, but some of the I don't know. Pitfall tried to be like an Indiana Jones. I don't know if you remember Pitfall.
It felt like it. For our eyes back then, we were like, holy shit, it's like you're watching the movie. That was... Little did we know how much further they were going to go. But yeah.
I never understood the concept of Cubert. Like that was a fucking stupid one, but I loved it. Joust was really Joust. So here's
I love Joust. It's space jousting on space ostriches. Fucking amazing. That's how do you say no to that game?
No, listen, Activision. So I've got this idea. There's these ostriches in space. Now I know jousting isn't that popular, but fuck guns. That's lame. Everybody's got guns. We take these dudes and we put them on these ostriches, and then they just joust the shit out of each other. Okay, what do we call it? Joust. This could be a whole series. You should do that. You should do just a whole series of how they pitched these games back in the day.
I wonder if most of those games were just porn scripts that got turned down. And they're like, okay, well, look, no, guys, don't give up yet. We might still find a home.
There's this plumber chasing a princess.
Yeah, this plumber's trying to fuck this blonde chick. Hold on. There's still a way we
salvage
can
this.
Yeah, I got a meeting tomorrow with the video game
Which
company.
makes you think that's why there's never been a video game called Pizza Boy. Oh wait,
Paperboy. There's Paperboy. Remember Paperboy? You had to deliver newspapers.
I loved Paperboy, dude. Oh my god, I loved that game.
All you had to do was deliver newspapers.
Just ride a bike and fucking knocking over plants and shit.
Just you're gonna have a shitty job you don't like, and then you had Tapper, which is like how to deal with your alcoholic parents. You know what I mean? Like that's what they did back then.
Oh my god, I totally forgot when I said Pizza Boy. And at the same time we were like, oh fuck. Dude, there was some stupid ass. Like now, I'm playing for the first time in my life. Well, not my life. For the first time in my adult life, I'm playing online. I'm playing Warzone, and I'm playing with a lot of the deckheads.
Okay, that's good. That's good you're playing with your listeners. Because if you were just playing Call of Duty, here's the only good thing. If you play Call of Duty Warzone just randomly online, you'll find the person who put the noose in Bubba Watson's garage in about 2 minutes. That person will reveal themselves instantly. That's the only thing I don't like about Call of Duty is there is a neo-Nazi subculture that loves playing that game. Dude, if you ever played that game online, there's always just guys like, we're going to go, his heritage, not hate. It's all that shit. You have to play it random. If you play it with your friends, you're fine. But if you play it random, that's all they got to do. If NASCAR just needs to go play Call of Duty for 20 minutes, and they're going to find the guy who stuck that noose in Bubba Watson's garage. You'll still watch Bubba Wallace's garage. It's going to happen.
Dude, I play like the 50-50 games where you jump in, but I always mute it. I don't want to hear anybody. And then I found out that when they kill you, there's like a 3-second window where they can say whatever they want. And
yes.
I didn't know that. And I'm like,
back when we had GoldenEye, before there was online shit, you had some balls, because if you wanted to talk shit, the person was right fucking next to you, so you could get smacked. And I apologize for calling Bubba Watson for 5 minutes. I get him. You can't have two Bubbas. You know what I mean? And it throws me every time. But yeah, I meant Bubba Wallace, a NASCAR driver.
We got a super chat from AR Platinum. He said, "Damn it, Jerry's gonna make me break out the TurboGrafx 16."
Dude, fuck yeah, you should. Absolutely break that motherfucker out. Play it. That's what they're there for.
I used to love there were some games for me that I just like. 1942.
I love that game.
Wasn't that just a plane and you just like...
4-2 plane. That was fucking great.
Loved that. I loved Paperboy.
Paperboy, yep.
I loved...
by the way...
Huh?
1942, I bet, was, I'm going to say, the most hated game from the 6,000 people in Tulsa who showed up at that stupid fucking rally. Do we have to beat the Nazis again? There's great people on both sides. Do we have to do it again?
You know why I don't like playing Wolfenstein? Because they don't let me choose sides. Why can't I choose the other side?
It's history, not hate. Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, I was talking about it in the first hour, but I'm just like,
show at the Comedy Hub in Houston than there were at that fucking rally in Tulsa. I drew more people at the last time I was at Comedy Showcase than he fucking drew at that Tulsa rally. And I was there during the World fucking Series when the Astros won the World Series, and I still had more people than he had at that fucking rally.
dude, I saw a video they were arresting people that had apparently this K-pop thing hates Donald Trump, I guess.
Now I gotta listen to that shit now.
So-
I gotta put Pink Floyd down for a minute and listen to BTS or whatever that fucking band is.
But K-pop is like reserved all the tickets to Trump's rally, and then no one showed up. I'm like, well, I ain't mad at that.
I love it, but I love the excuse where he was like, "Oh, there were a lot of violent protesters keeping people from the." First of all, the Tulsa police said there was no violent protests; it was mostly peaceful. Secondly, if all these fucking MAGA mutts are supposed to be as tough as they say they are, they're gonna let a bunch of hippies stop them from getting into a building? Get the fuck out! I thought y'all were the big tough guys. Oh, really? Look at you snowflaking like that the minute someone's standing in front of a gate. Well, I guess we'll go somewhere else. Yeah, fuck out of here. Chicken.
This ain't right. Boy, everybody's bringing back in the chat. You should see some of the games. Dude, I forgot about a bunch of this shit. So Captain J said GoldenEye and Perfect Dark were the shit.
Dark was so good.
What
From
is
the
that?
people who made GoldenEye, rare. It was like GoldenEye shooter, but it was less online and more. Because GoldenEye not online. GoldenEye was a great game, but most of the meat of it was the multiplayer. That was where you had the most fun. But Perfect Dark actually was just as fun without the multiplayer. That was a great fucking game.
Juan Gonzalez said, not the former Texas Ranger, by the way. I'm guessing.
Oh man, come on! What a beautiful swing he had. Come on.
Beautiful. But Juan Gonzalez said Excite Bike. Fuck! I forgot about Excite Bike.
Build your own track and shit. That was great game.
Sean R said Metroid. I don't know what that one is.
Come on, Barry.
I don't know Metroid. I gotta Google it. What is Metroid? What was it?
Sci-fi game for the first Nintendo, where you got to defeat these weird alien things that suck the life out of you called Metroids. You're going after these space pirates who are trying to weaponize them. Here was the big surprise in that game.
We just greenlit a headless samurai with snot. Sorry, Metroid.
You don't need this shit. Here was a big surprise. If you beat the game under a certain amount of time, the whole time I thought the main character was like a robot-looking thing because it's just in a suit. But when you beat the game, they take off the helmet and it was a woman. And it blew. I remember me and my friends were like, "What?" It was so exciting. We're like, "What?" That was like one of the first woke video games. Had a female hero.
I like it.
It's a great shit.
I think you made me think of something. Do you play current games or are you just old school?
Yeah, I'm playing Last of Us Part 2 right now.
Oh, is it good? I haven't bought it yet. Is it good?
It's really good so far.
Okay.
But here's my take on it. Okay, we get it. Revenge is bad. All right, I get it. Revenge is, okay, fuck. Do I have to see someone else get gutted? All right, revenge is bad. I get it. It's still very well made, and I'm into it. But a little bit too much of okay, fine, okay, revenge isn't good. Jesus Christ, I get it. Man, I learned that shit when the Klingons told me that with the revenge is a dish best served cold. I get it. Revenge is not good. I understand. That's the only gripe with it.
Okay.
It's like they kind of, pun intended, beat you over the head with the revenge is bad idea. And I get it.
I wouldn't classify myself as a video game like nerd like you, and I know. Do you know who Greg Morton is? Comedian.
I've never met him, but heard of him.
He's also heavy into video games. Like,
he's a big Star Wars guy too.
Yeah. Well, so I've started playing stuff like I played The Witcher and Fallout 4. Yeah. Fallout 4 really got me back into video gaming. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't really playing all that much, just sports games. And then someone suggested I try it, and I loved it. And then I was like, I need more of this. So then I started trying all those titles, and now I'm just playing all the time. But I don't understand sex and nudity in video games.
Like, you're for it or against it?
Like, yeah, it's fucking stupid. Like, I don't understand why.
Why not? You can see a guy get his arm cut off, his head blown off. You can't see a bush. What's the matter?
I don't, but I just, it seems...
Fucking Elvis Pooh Nanny coming right at you. You got a problem.
It seems like it's trying too hard.
Oh, it's perfect. Witcher does it perfect. Witcher, you're like, this dude is here to get laid, and he gets fucking
So
laid.
stupid, though. I just want to kill some motherfuckers. I don't need to see some fake-ass broke anime titties. I don't need that. There's not even real, like, anime titties look way better than triangular video game titties. Can we be real for a second on that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm still not upset that I've gotten to see half those chicks in The Witcher naked. Now, like, it's never gone into the spank bank realm. It's never gotten that far. But I was never like, oh, come on. Enough of these tits, guys. I've never thought that.
But you know there are dudes that are like...
My girlfriend just gave me the dirtiest fucking look of all time right now. Just...
See? She's mad. Look, 10 years from now, this is going to be on the internet somewhere. They're going to try to have you and me canceled because you said you like video game bush.
That I would fuck Yennefer from Witcher. I'm like, all right, fine. Would I banged the shit out of her? Are you kidding? Oh my god.
Yennefer was hot though for a video game.
She's fine. I got a double look now. I'm sleeping here tonight. I'm gonna sleep here tonight. I'm sleeping.
I don't need to see though video game nudity. Now, if they did you watch the Witcher on Netflix? I liked it. Now there's when I want to see the nudity.
And nothing wrong with that. That's even better.
No, because that's real life.
Yes.
I don't know.
Look though,
You're gonna get so much trouble.
I love this shit though. Those new games, dude, that Witcher 3 is a fucking masterpiece. That thing is, the story, everything about it is so well done. It is, and it's based on books. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yeah. So the show takes place before the game. So the show is just based on all the books, and that's it. And that's. Oh, by the way, I got a bone to pick with your DakPrescott thing.
Oh, okay.
Why is everybody freaking out? There's not even going to be a season, you fucking idiots. Why is everybody freaking? Oh, well, my opinion, Dak, the top 15. They're not going to have a season. You can pretend all you want. They're going to shut that shit down in a month, and you fucking know it, because COVID isn't even on wave 2. Are you kidding? This is fucking COVID. I hate to say this, as tragic as it is, Barry, it's still warming up. It's still hitting that snare drum over and over to get a sound check. The COVID concert hasn't even begun yet. They're just still boom. The roadies just on the bass, making sure it's in tune. That's where COVID is right now. They're not even going to have a fucking season. So why is everybody freaking out? It's not even going to fucking happen.
Yeah, but no. I think you're just hoping they don't have a season so they don't overpay for Dak.
You have to overpay for him.
That's true.
Here's my to all the and look. I saw some of the comments earlier because I was doing some prep work because I know you want to talk about Dak.
Okay.
People saying he's overpaid. Yeah, of course he is, even with 30. But so's everybody. Who gives a fuck? You know what? You should overpay a guy who's having to dodge 300-pound dudes who are coming at him at 40 miles an hour. You need to overpay those people. The pro athletes need to be overpaid.
Well,
and there's no fucking way you're going to find anybody better than him right now that reasonably they could just go get without having to gut all the skill players that they've been amassing. Right? You're going to have to get rid of some dudes if you're going to try to replace Dak with somebody better. I agree. I don't know if he's a top 7 quarterback, right? I know he's top 7 money. But who the fuck else is out there that they're going to go get? So it's like, yeah, do it. Make sure you have a quarterback. You need a quarterback.
The point about replacing him is a valid point because, outside of going to the draft, it's,
They're going to draft. That's it. They're going to get Scott Bakula from Necessary Roughness to come out and fucking.
He might be able to put up 250 yards a game behind that O-line. I think, though, as a franchise, you always have to decide, are we dedicated long term? And to me, it's not necessarily is he worth it or not, because like you were saying, they all deserve more, but look, there's your argument, which is valid, wrong but valid, because if Aaron Rodgers does what he does, or Russell Wilson does what he does, that's where you talk about value. And if Dak isn't doing those things, but he's getting that money, it's not necessarily that he's overpaid. He's just the value doesn't exist for a guy like that.
Look, I get what you're saying. You're basically saying that someone is getting $100,000 a weekend to do comedy who's never even been on TV yet, right? But they might be a good comic, but it's like, well, can you at least get a Netflix special first?
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying,
yeah.
But at the same time, I think the Cowboys are kind of fucked into that corner where it's like, okay, either do this or you don't have a quarterback, right? Or who is it? It's Andy Dalton. You know what I mean? Like
Cam, let me ask you.
Cam Newton in a second.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So would you, if you're the Dallas Cowboys, do you spend $40 million on Dak, or do you spend half of that on Cam and the redemption story?
God.
Because they both probably get you the same, have similar seasons, especially if Cam is healthy.
If Cam's healthy, it's
for half the price. If you could get Cam for 20 or Dak for 40 for the next 5 years, what are you doing?
Why you gotta do this to me, man?
Huh? What are you doing?
You gotta do this to me.
Cam for 20, Dak for 40. By the way, Total Dallas sent a super chat for $2, and he said, "Nice hat, Jerry." Obviously, Total Dallas loves your hat.
Total Dallas. Hey, follow me, Retro Rocha, right here, baby. Retro Rocha, Total Dallas on YouTube. Talk video games. Anyway, dude, what? I don't know. Fuck.
What are you doing?
I hate to, because look, I'm an apologist for my team, right? So I'm gonna have Dak's back. I do think, I know it's not this easy, but if you're guaranteed health, you got to go Cam Newton. Okay. If you're guaranteed healthy, I just think Cam Newton is so underrated as a fucking, you know what I mean? Everyone loves to shit on him. That dude. And look, he's not better than Brady or Rodgers. He's not better than Russell Wilson. He's not better than Patrick Mahomes. But he's not better than Lamar. He's not better than, Deshaun. I don't know now. Deshaun's like a much younger version, right? Like, but I don't know if any of those quarterbacks could have survived the fucking headbutts off the top rope that guy's been taking. The NFL allowed that guy to get the living fuck knocked out of him for years, and he's still there. So that dude, I have to give him. And did you see that clip they just showed on? It was the day before yesterday. Oh my God, he's calling a play at the line, and they're like in the red zone, and I forgot what team they were playing. And the guy on the opposing team yells, "They're going to do a wheel route." And then Cam looks at him and goes, "Oh, you've been watching film, huh? All right, watch this." Boom, touchdown. Like, who the balls? Who could call their shot so like great. That? Yeah. That is sick. That was sick. He smiled. "Oh, you've been watching film, huh? Okay, watch this." And then bam, touchdown. Like, that was Babe Ruth pointing. Yeah. I think I would have to take Cam.
Especially at half the price, because I think you could. I don't know what his value is, but
no, I would do it just to piss off all the racists. I would sign Cam and Kaepernick. That's it. And I have them do that fucking shit where every other down they switch, right? Like that college bullshit where they just switch them out every other down just to piss off all the Trumpers. That's what I would do.
Oh my God, you're on a mission. You're like, fuck every Trumper.
Oh, fuck them. I would do that. That would be my dream quarterback scenario, just to piss them all off. It's oh God, because they hate Cam, because there's nothing that pisses off racists more than a fucking arrogant black dude. You know what I mean? And he can back it the fuck up because he's had some great fucking games, and I love him for it. Yeah. Oh God, I love him.
Speaking of that, it reminded me of something when you said "fuck the Trumpers." The big thing going on right now is tearing down the Confederate statues and renaming the buildings and the camps and all that. You had a bit on this.
Like CD? Girl. CD. Look at us. 92, baby. Look at us. 92,
you're so fucking old. It's on my tape. It's on.
It's on my little 45 that has a book that accompanies it.
It's a 78. Make sure your record player has 78 on it, because you're going to want it to go fast.
Yeah, I have a whole bit about that. Thank you for the plug.
Yeah,
because the elementary school I went to in Dallas was called Stonewall Jackson, and they just changed the name like 2 years ago. 2 years ago. The guy never set foot in fucking Texas ever. He never set foot in Dallas ever. I mean, duh. He was a fucking traitor. He was killed by his own men. He didn't even die in any kind of epic, heroic way. It was just like, fuck, man. He was just like the dumbest guy on a paintball field who gets shot. It's like, what, we're giving this guy a school? Get the fuck out of here. Slave owning piece of shit. Fuck him.
So what is the, spell the A, I know it's A girl, but spell it. I'm going to put it on the screen so people can check out the album.
A white girl. And the point of my joke is, I'm not even saying don't name shit after white people, Barry. I'm just saying there's better white people out there to name things after. Willie Nelson Elementary. I'm sending my kid there. Even if I have to drive an extra 30 minutes, I'm sending my kid to Stevie Ray Vaughan Middle School. Are you fucking kidding? Are you kidding? Who would? And the Beatles. 4 schools right there. That's 4 schools. With the Beatles.
Especially if the school has a good music academy. Duh.
Who's not going?
Yeah. Where do you,
man?
Star Elementary and good for Ringo. Yeah.
I said even the guy that kicked out, Pete Best, put the special kids there. You know what I mean? Like, make that fucking, it's fine. It's there's just way better white people. And the point isn't anti-white people. It's anti these Confederate dipshit. There's way cooler white people you can stick up there.
Total Dallas said, how about the Gap Band Middle School?
Gap Middle School. It's not going to that. Oh my! Imagine you want to learn how to fuck. You know what I mean? Like these kids who are just getting all fucking horny and crazy. Here we go. We got you. We got you.
Isley Brother High School. Yeah.
Players, fucking Ohio Players High. Are you fucking kidding me,
dude? There's way better options. So okay.
Pregnancy in Ohio Players High. They're gonna be 17-year-old parents of 2 at Ohio Players.
A Girl, AY space girl is the album. But I loved it because, dude, I remember we worked together in Dallas, and I think that was the first time we'd ever worked together. And I remember hearing the bit, and I remember thinking it was so smart and so good, but so far ahead of its time.
Thanks, man.
That's the cool thing. It must be cool. Like, I don't have any bits that like that, but when you have something like that, you're like, there's got to be a little bit of pride as a comic.
Like I've been tempted to like maybe post a tweet about it, like, hey, FYI, everybody, while we're on the subject, you know, like.
Yes, you should.
Yeah, I might. It's yeah.
Dude, you got to take advantage of the marketing opportunity. You know what I mean? Right?
But that's my problem. I'm terrible at marketing. I feel so cheesy doing it and so bad doing it. But yeah, it's like, fuck it. Why not?
I literally started this show by asking my listeners, who it's not their job, but I'm like. Right. I don't know how to market this show, guys. So if you have any suggestions, I'm such a basic bitch. Like what? I'm like, I don't know what to do now.
Better than asking my aunt, and she would just be like, well, just get on the Tonight Show.
Have you thought about...
One. Fuck. Ah, jeez.
What did I think of that?
Right there this whole time. Didn't even think about that.
I would ask my family, they'd be like, well, have you thought about putting an ad in the green sheet? What? I mean, maybe, but God, yeah, the penny saver I hear is reasonable advertising.
Not a bad way to go. You'll get so many eyes on your product.
You know, your grandma reads the penny saver. She says that they're still in circulation in 6 counties. Well, all right, Mom, I don't.
Wait, there was I had bit my tongue on the Ohio Players High to not make a Chris D'Elia joke. I was doing everything I could to not go there, but I just did, didn't I? Here's our new dean, everybody. Out.
Dude, were you shocked at that?
Well, I've never met I've met him one time, I think. I don't know the guy. I don't run in those circles. You know what I mean? There's a bit of I'm not in a clique, you know? And I think that's a good thing, I think, in comedy, because I think a lot of those people in his clique are shitting bricks right now.
Oh,
because dude, we hear stories all the time in LA that this is the Titanic is just coming towards the iceberg right now when it comes to all this shit. Yeah.
I tell you what,
who knows?
They're talking about releasing the Epstein, the whatever was sealed, and they're not going to allow it to be redacted. And they're like, listen, if these documents from the Epstein trials are released,
It's a lot of
There's
people.
some powerful people in Hollywood, politicians, businessmen that were all complicit in this.
Yeah. Look, COVID, I think one of the few bonuses to COVID is that when we start up again, a lot of shit's going to be different. A lot of shit's going to be different when we all get back out there again. And I think that's a great thing. I think it is a great thing. This shit is going to be different.
Right.
I think it's fan-fucking-tastic that now you have white Americans, Barry, walking around with a Black Lives Matter poster.
Amazing.
That's what that NASCAR dude.
My God!
Watching that, I almost teared up watching everyone walking with Bubba Wallace. That was fucking amazing. Like that is like it's. I think we're getting to the point now where people are realizing, oh, Black Lives Matter isn't some fucking terrorist group. Oh, wait a minute. They're not some KKK equivalent on the other side. No, that's not what this is. All they're saying is, can you please fucking listen to what we're going through? And I'm sorry to get preachy and political.
No. That's fine. We've talked about it on the show before.
Is when you have people who make statistically, the cops murder more white people than black people. Because there's a lot more white people than black people in America. It's a numbers game. That's there you go. You think
that's how that works.
I mean, that's like God. It's like there's a reason no Mexicans play lacrosse. I mean, statistically, that is a rich white kid sport. Like it's my people don't fuck with lacrosse. We don't fuck, but and it's like, and then okay, so on multiple levels, let's go there. Okay, they say I would be stunned if any white person has been murdered unarmed for having their taillight out when they get pulled over, right? And I bet you that's never fucking happened. Who didn't who was just reaching in their glove box to get their shit, whatever, just wasn't. So that's probably.
I can't think of an instance where a white guy in a Walmart was holding a BB gun, thinking about buying it for his kid,
and then
was
get
shot and killed in the Walmart. And that's
in the Walmart.
And that's the story that Dave Chappelle relates to. You heard about that, right? Where he talked about that was the cop that did that was the one that pulled him over the week before and let him go because he was Dave Chappelle.
Yep.
And that was what Chappelle was saying. It's like, I shouldn't have to be Dave Chappelle to not be murdered by the cops in this country.
It was like that. Well, the Do the Right Thing scene, where the guy's talking about he loves Magic Johnson, but he just drops the N-word. And he goes, well, why do you love him? Oh, well, to me, Magic's not that. It's like, what do you mean? It's that and on the other side, you want to go with the cops kill more white people than black people, then why the fuck aren't you out there protesting the fucking cops? Where's the outrage? If they're killing, white people more than anyone else, why the fuck aren't you out there going, hey, what the fuck is going on here?
Right.
Like it's so I mean, I'm just hoping that when all this clears, we step out of this and it's a much, much more open and love it. Like another thing I did.
I hope we're a better country. And I feel like we're moving in that direction. And you're going to get some resistance. And I've had people threaten to not watch this show anymore or whatever because we talk about it and we have these kind of dialogues. But I'm like, but you're part of the problem and you're the one that needs to hear this.
Yeah, that's the ones who need to hear it 9 times out of 10. They're like, oh, not guilty. Nope, no, I don't want to hear that I'm guilty. Don't want to hear that I might have fucked up and did something wrong in my time. Like it just, there's,
Now, you were talking about the, there are more white people in the country, so more white people statistically are killed by the cops. And I was talking earlier about women in comedy, and it's kind of the same thing, right? Like you always have women aren't funny, and it was like, well, I was making that point that look, you just think that.
Do you know how many dudes aren't fucking funny?
Exactly.
Like, one thing that I always defended was, and it's funny too. This is now not about race, but about gender hypocrisy. Mm-hmm. Is when Chappelle's YouTube special that came out, which is fantastic, 846. And now a lot of male comics are like, I thought this was brilliant. But they were the same ones who saw the Nanette thing by Hannah Gadsby and were like, oh, this isn't a comedy special. Why am I? Okay, go fuck off, you chicken shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not for you, dummy. That's what it is. It's not for you to be entertained by. It's for you to be educated by. And sometimes comedy can do that because Chappelle's special, it's
not a comedy special.
It's not a comedy special, but sometimes if you have a platform, if you're given that, you do something. And it was that. So it's like, that's why I always defended that in the net thing. I'm like, why are you guys so mad about this? Were you not allowed to do comedy anymore just because she had the special? No, shut the fuck up. It's just like, you're just showing what a chicken shit you are. You know what I mean?
It's no, it's 100% factual. And I was thinking about this when I watched the 846 special from Chappelle, and I thought, this dude, and somebody even said it, that it was a comedian too. Who was it? I forget the comedian. Norm Macdonald, one of the most respected comedians in the business. But he came out and he said, I used to think that Chappelle was the greatest of all time as far as comedians go. But now he's entering an MLK level of territory. I started thinking about it. I was like, he's right, because if you think about it, in the history of this country, there used to be a platform for just orators, public speakers, and they, like Martin Luther King or so many others, that would speak publicly on an issue. And that seems to have gone by the wayside. And now what you see is people on Fox or CNN that do it. So instead of just being an orator that talks about social issues in this country, you're given a platform on a TV show so that it can be monetized. And what Chappelle is doing is almost going back to the way it used to be in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and 70s even, and just going out and using his platform to have dialogue and discussion. And I thought, wow, and leave it to him to change the game.
Yeah, and I love that it's a stand-up comic doing it, because it lets us know that we can go up there and maybe drop knowledge sometimes, and not just talk about your dick when it does. I mean, that's funny too. Dick jokes are funny. Dick and pussy jokes are always going to be funny, and there's always a room for them. But hey, it's okay to sometimes get into, like, I had a whole fucking thing on I'm gonna keep plugging myself, Barry.
Bro.
The record before iGirl was Pickle Dick, and I have a whole chunk about thanks, man, about the transgender thing. It's like it's just it's not normal to you, but that's okay. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it doesn't. It let them be. If anyone is doing something just to go sexually assault someone in a bathroom, they're going to get fucking busted, and it doesn't mean it's just them. There are plenty of straight males who go fucking molest whoever the fuck they want. You know what I mean? It's so weird how people were like, I don't have you mean I got to have my kid in the same bathroom? But you put your kid in a fucking confessional booth, you fucking idiot. That's safe. Fuck's the matter? Yeah, you sent them to go scout with some fucking creepy ass scout master
in the forest by themselves for a weekend.
Yeah.
The fuck
you okay with that? You all right with that? It's just
they just have to poop, bro. It's two completely different things.
They gotta take a shit. This motherfucker is getting tense. This scoutmaster.
This motherfucker learned how to tie knots just to diddle kids. That's commitment.
This little creep in these John Stockton khaki short shorts walking around like this, man.
Fuck. By the way, we were talking about Whitney Cummings, Chris D'Elia, and that whole thing, and Chris Householder, as his name is Lord Chris Householder on there. But he said in the chat, he said Whitney Cummings came out hard on him today. Came out, I guess. So while you were talking, I tried to pull it up.
Yeah.
And I found a statement from her on page6.com. So I don't know how legitimate this source is. It looked like there were some other sources, but apparently this is what she wrote on her Twitter. Maybe I can find the link. That way I'll read from her Twitter. I feel better if I read from the right source. You know what I mean? Because then I could just be reading some. And then, because I haven't read it yet, so in the middle of it, they just might be an ad or a racist joke that I wasn't prepared for, and then I say it out loud.
But it's just that picture with that black dude with that fucking elephant trunk dick that circled around a few months ago. You're like, oh, let me see.
Let me put this on the sky. Oh, big dick. Damn it. This is what she says, Whitney Cummings said on her Twitter about it. It's taken me a couple of days to process the information I have learned about Chris. I'm devastated and enraged by what I've read and learned. This is a pattern of predatory behavior. This abuse of power is enabled by silence. Now that I'm aware I won't be silent, girls should be able to be a fan of a comedian they admire without becoming a sexual target. It's the adult's responsibility to be an adult. Right. I admire that because these two were really joined at the hip. You know that being in LA. These were... Yeah, a dynamic duo. They had the TV show. Yeah. They helped each other in comedy, and and she's a powerful person in this business. And so that's a big step forward for her to come out and say that.
And again, the really damning awful thing about that is that we're talking about minors. Mm-hmm. That's where it's like, I mean, it's scuzzy enough. You know what I mean?
That you would ask somebody to meet you in the car just to blow you.
Right. When you enter a realm of minors, that's like, this is, you can't say, well, they're really fucked up on drugs. You know what I mean? If it's multiple, it just, the any kind of trying to make an excuse just flies right out the fucking window.
Yeah,
right
once
there.
It becomes an underage thing.
You're like, okay, that's scary. It's
by the way, Chris Householder, he started laughing at Chris Lord. Actually, there's a dude that works for the Rockets. Do you know about the Red Rowdies?
Yes, Gary? That's like the crazy fans, like the ultra fans.
Jeff Van Gundy started that because he was like, our people are lame. Like, our fans suck. The venue sucks. It's lame in the fucking building. So Van Gundy got with Bud Light, and they created this fan base, or this group of fans called the Red Rowdies. They had tryouts. Well, there's a guy that runs it named Chris Lord, or he used to run it, and his name was Chris Lord. So when I saw Lord Chris Householder, I said Chris Lord. So Chris Lord, Householder, whatever shut up, you damn dick. There's actually a dude named Chris Householder and Chris Lord, so suck it. Okay, that's the takeaway. Oh my god,
damn. Barry's just taking the gloves off.
I was taking L's. Bro, I was playing Warzone with him. I am so bad. But he was saying that you get that. We were talking about getting the 3 seconds to say whatever you want. The very first day that I was telling this to the listeners last week, but the very first day I ever played, and earmuffs that you're at work or you have kids in the car or whatever. But the very first time I ever got shot, some guy goes, "Yeah, suck my pussy." I was like,
"Sir?
Excuse me? Oh my god! What?
You know what? You just said if anyone has their kids in the car, I guarantee it was one of those kids in the fucking car who said that to you.
It was a kid.
Yeah, of course it was.
I was like, "Is this? How do you mute all this? I don't need this." And I'm a shit talker, but damn.
And it's funny, like, I could sit here and get mad at that and judge that, but I can only imagine the shit I would have said if I could have played Mario Kart online back when it first came out, when I was like 12 or whatever. Oh my god. The things that the vulgar things I would have said to
Oh
people.
My god. Chris Householder said, I got asked one time what color my wheelchair was.
Fuck.
I can't imagine. I need to like make a list of shit that I would say to people.
Have you ever gotten into it with anyone playing online? I have one time.
No, I haven't. Because I just started, and I'm really only playing with fellow deckheads, or I'll hop in the 50-50 and just mute it and play.
Right. One time I was playing Overwatch with the team of 6, right? 6 on 6, and you can only hear your own teammates. Uh-huh. And it was 4 of us were adults, 2 of them were kids. And the kids were just talking. Like, oh, that guy looks cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were just doing what kids do. Mm-hmm. And this fucking dude, like, after 3 minutes goes, "Can you guys shut up, please?" Like, on the team. And I just was like, okay. And I could pull the little mic down. And I'm like, "Hey, you guys say whatever you want. Fuck this loser." Like, I was just like, how mad do you have? Like, how serious are you taking a cartoon fucking game where it's so fucking stupid that you're going to get... Yes, it's so fucking it's just it is maddening how people get annoyed at that. It's like it's a video game. They're fucking kids. You know, it's like if you're at a porno and kids won't shut up, yeah, say something. Maybe then you pipe up. But
right. Dude, what's crazy to me is like playing the Warzone is, I sound like an old man. I'm on the Twitters playing the Warzones. Fuck. But playing Warzone is... I forget. It's where's my green sheet at? I think I got a coupon. I saw a coupon in the green sheet for the war zones.
I'm walking around the mall before they open, and I get home and play my stories.
Matlock is on. I gotta go. Oh my god, my grandma used to say stories. That's so funny how universal that is, right? She would say always CBS too. I feel like the old people that watched CBS called it stories. That was it.
Yes.
Anyways, what I noticed about it is you forget we live in our bubble, but you tend to forget that it's a great big world out there. And so I'll hop on Warzone, and I'm just hearing languages that I don't understand.
Right.
And I'm like, how are we going to be teammates?
Right.
How are we going to communicate? Because it's important.
That is the other ear. You gotta get like, okay,
like in the UN. That would be great if they just had like full-time translators. He said there's someone on your left. Huh? Oh, shit.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
Thank you so much. But I was like, man, that would be, if you had, you maybe have somebody from the Middle East, somebody from America, somebody from South America, somebody from China, and they're all on the same team. That team is fucked. There's no way that they're coordinating anything.
You need communication in sports.
Right? Oh, yeah. It was, man. I was like, okay, I just muted it. That was like, I can't do that. I got to mute that shit.
I know what I need to do. I'm just going to focus on that. And that's it.
Well, that's why I like that 50-50 game. You just go in there and you shoot until someone snipes you because they can't.
Yeah.
But,
that's Overwatch, because you know what to do. You know what the objectives are.
Right.
And you know what role you play. Like, I play the healer guy. So even if I can't communicate with my teammates, I just know to sit back a little bit, make sure I'm healing everyone. You know what I mean?
I see. I've never played that. That sounds like you're basically you spent money to play a video game online to be a medic.
Yes, I heal, but you can still attack. That's the fun part.
What a lame fucking role, though.
That sucks, motherfucker.
No one's playing Call of Duty like, okay, you could choose to be a Marine. You could be infantry. You could be a pilot. You could be a fucking scuba Steve, whatever, Navy SEAL, or you could be a fucking nurse.
A nurse.
No one's going to be the medic. Who's a medic in a war game? You're playing a war game to shoot people, not give IVs. What are you like? Oh, I fucking leveled up now. I got a fucking needle. It goes right in the arm. You don't even need to feel for a fucking vein. You just bam. Like, what a lame video character.
I played to be the HR guy. If you need, that's who I am. Like in the
You're a field reporter. Hey,
call me. Yeah, we have a sit down. All right, what's the matter? What are you like?
What's going on? Could you imagine? Like, that's so lame. That's a character.
Play it. Play Overwatch. Trust me, dude. It's so much fun.
Healer.
Watch this
Bro,
shit.
I've never. Is it free?
No. No, it's not free. But they call them support. But you don't have to buy anything once you get the game, right? Like you can throw money at them to get more loot boxes, but for the most part, you get loot boxes when you level up anyway. So if you're just patient, you can get all the shit you'd want to buy. But it is so much fun. 6-on-6, capture the flag. They got escort missions. It's King of the Hill type shit. It's so much fun. I'm telling you, dude, Overwatch is dope as shit. And even the medics can fight back. That's the fun part. I'm telling you, it's great.
That was like last night we were playing, and one of the guys on our team was just running around with his dukes up. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? It's Warzone. Walt, find a goddamn gun. Walt's just running around here. Put him up. I'm like, and then we've all fucking loaded up, and he's got that fucking single, like, I don't know, pow, pow. Yes. It was like, I told him, I was like, bro, you're like the guy on Harlem Nights. But you're like the guy on Harlem Nights when Arsenio Hall's sitting there, and they're all shooting up quick, and he's the one guy going, bang. But if you put that shit away, that's the medic. That's the fucking medic, though. You're running around with a fucking IV bag and a single shot. Derringer. A Derringer. Bang. Anybody need any fluids? Bro, I'm not doing that shit. I just want to shoot people.
No. Put this under your tongue so I get the proper temperature.
Fine, we'll do it rectally. Just bend over.
Damn it, fine.
That's so great, dude. How is the Twitch thing going? Is
yeah, I've been doing double duty. I do Twitch every night, and then every Thursday on YouTube I just upload a video. And so the Twitch one is me playing a game and just kind of talking shit with everybody, and then the YouTube video is more like a John Oliver segment on an old video game. So yeah, and they're both Retro Rocha right there. And their YouTube and Twitch is twitch.tv/Retro Rocha. And then my YouTube page, I think it's just Jerry Rocha, YouTube, Jerry A. Rocha, something like that.
I put it on the screen there.
Man.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Trying to.
What gent? What
well,
fucking look at this.
So, but it's taken off though for you, huh? Because I get your notices because I subscribe. I don't know, when I got monetized, I got like a so I'm like, I'll just give it to Jerry. But then I get a notice and I'm like, dude, you're consistent every day. You go live and stream on Twitch.
Hold on, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I got you. I lost you. Sorry. Okay, so repeat that question.
I was just saying, you're an animal. You literally stream every day on Twitch.
Stop.
No,
I try, man.
Every day. It's crazy.
It's fun. It's like, you know how I look at it? I look at it as I'm doing a show. Mm-hmm. It's my way of performing a little. It's not the same.
Yeah.
But I'm still kind of doing a show. You know, it's like if I just went did a spot every night. You know,
right.
Went to a little gig. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Like, except I get to bring all my video games with me to the club.
What's not to like, right?
How can you not love that,
dude? Playing video games and getting paid to do it. Unbelievable.
Great, huh?
It's like getting paid to do comedy. It's like I get to make money doing this.
My first paycheck as a comedian, it was $50, and I thought, I was like, oh my God, I did it. Like, holy shit, they actually paid me to do this. Yeah. I can now go get lunch for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because of this. Oh, it's fucking wild. That was the best feeling.
I don't know, something's going on in the chat. I can't keep up.
Good or bad?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to put. Somebody put, I don't know if that Donna, this is about Jerry or not, but she just chatted, he screams while he's just talking. I don't know.
I'm very loud. Sorry.
Well, so am I. I have to my mic is like 3 yards away. I don't know, Donna, but I don't know if she's talking about you or somebody else.
Donna, I apologize. I have a very loud voice. And
no, I don't think that's.
Yeah, shit. I do. Oh, no. I fucking get loud when I talk.
Did you play X-Men Apocalypse?
Fuck yeah, I beat it on Twitch. Yeah.
Travis Lambert said, Travis Lambert said watching him lose his shit on X-Men Apocalypse and then disappearing floor is the best. It's fun though, right? Like it is I remember talking shit about people playing video games online and Twitch and all that. And now I'm like, I get it.
Yeah. Now you see these guys are making millions. You're like, oh, wait.
Yeah, like Ninja and guys, I'm like,
Jesus
what?
Christ.
Yeah,
Crazy.
It's unbelievable, man. Well, okay, at Retro Rocha on Twitch, at Retro Rocha on Twitter and YouTube.
Yep.
And then download A Girl.
For YouTube, just look at Jerry Rocha.
Oh, Jerry Rocha.
Just look at Jerry Rocha on YouTube. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, buddy. And dude, let's not hang up yet. Do we have time to chat for a second when we're done?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I will certainly do that because I know we need to talk about this camera. Steve-O, my guy, hi, checking in. What's up, dude? Thank you for the super chat. That was very kind of you. Much appreciated. Sorry, Chris Lord Householder. It's over. It's 3:57. It's time to wrap. So with that, you hang on, Jerry, and don't go anywhere. And we'll
love
chat.
All your viewers, man. Thank you all so much.
Thank you for filling in, Jerry. As always, much appreciated. You guys make sure you go follow him, download the video or the album as well. And yeah, that's it. That is episode number 30 in the books. You guys hop on the Discord. You guys go do the Patreon, like the video, all that stuff. I'll probably play some Warzone. If you want to get in, go join the Patreon and then hop on the Discord and we'll figure it out. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We do it every day. Tomorrow, Craig Lavity is going to join me. If you've been in Houston for any length of time, you know who that is. We're going to have a lot of fun. I've never gotten to meet him in person. This was all set up online, so that's how cool the internet is. I'm looking forward to it. Don't forget, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Tell a friend. We'll see you tomorrow. Be safe. Be careful. Most of all, love each other. See you tomorrow. Daddy's making a YouTube video!